As you can see, I love my physical game collection. You'd be surprised how many of these I still haven't played yet. To be honest, this shelf is starting to look like damn near a GameStop. So today I wanted to give you insight into my massive JRPG backlog and which games I'm currently playing and which I will be playing soon. What I'm actually playing right now is a big surprise to me. It's Fantasia Neo Dimension, and this game, like, I knew I was gonna enjoy it, right? But I didn't think I was gonna be addicted to it like this. Now, you hear a lot that this game was made by the father of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi, and I definitely feel the old school Final Fantasy influence. It feels like I'm playing Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 10, but it's just a cool RPG, dude. All the environments are hand drawn, and then you have the characters made in like CGI 3D, so you're running around these environments, and everything is very mesmerizing. And then you have a fantastic soundtrack that I would say fills each mood perfectly, right? The battles have bump and battle themes. The areas are either cozy, intense, whatever the mood needs to be, right? And then the combat, it's fun. It's traditional turn-based and it's not going to be too confusing, but when you get to these boss battles, there's enough gimmicks and strategy involved where they'll kick your butt, dude. I actually really enjoy how this game plays, and compared to the Apple Arcade release where it was exclusive on that for a while, now that it's on consoles, they added voice acting and I think they did a great job. I honestly couldn't see myself playing this without the VA. I love the voices of all these characters so much, and almost everything is voice acted, even when you go talk to random NPCs. Very classic feeling JRPG, so much to love. I'm genuinely addicted to it right now. Next, we got Y10 Nordics. Now, I've only played Ys 8 and 9, right? And a little bit of Ys Origins, but I love the combat in all of them. And with this game, dude, I like what they did with it. You basically have two party members, which I love my party members in RPGs, right? But when they make it go to just one or two people and really emphasize their move sets and learning their combos and combat systems, I actually really love it. And they literally have you duo together, Adol and Karja, and you have to work together with all of your moves. You're blocking together. You have specific combos where you're both fighting at the same time. It's a lot of fun. I'm like, I want to say around halfway through the game right now, and there's a chance it beats Ys 8 as my favorite Ys game so far. For me, one of the best aspects of this is the new engine Falcom has. This is the first Ys game on their new engine that they're using for the Daybreak games, and it really shows. The animations are so fluid now, and everything just looks really pretty, and things like that can really get me into a game. So there's a chance this game ranks very high for me on my list for Falcom games and Ys in general. The next game is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What's hilarious is I already have 100 hours on this game, literally. I'm probably still only halfway, but that's because I'm doing everything. And the problem with this game is it's a full-time job, right? And I already have a full-time job. I have a life. I have a bunch of other BS going on. So it's like, I had to stop playing it for a bit, right? It takes too much time and energy, which I don't mind. I love giant JRPGs. I love my Persona games. I was loving this, but at least in my personal life, things got a little too hectic where I had to put it on the backlog for a little bit, and hopefully I could get back to it soon and finish it off, because I know the end sections to this game and final boss are probably going to be absolute insanity. And then the next game on my list is Ratchet and Clank Wait, This Is Not a JRPG. The next one, which I'm actually really hyped to get into, is Romancing Saga 2 Remake. The reviews for this game are insane, and just word of mouth I've heard from my friends. They all say it's really good and also really challenging, which I love. I didn't know the Saga series was known for having challenging combat. You know I always love that, and I got this as a Christmas present, so I have not even opened it yet, and definitely one of the backlog games that are going to be coming next when I get into it. What's super dope to me about this game is there's a classic mode that you could click, which makes it like the old style of the game, which I guess has the ramped up difficulty. And there's just a lot of routes in this game. It's one of those where the map is huge, and as you're going through the story, you're making decisions and forming your own team, and it's going to play out differently than other players. And in general, I just love these character designs. I think they're really, really cool. The next backlogged JRPG is Iden Chronicles 100 Heroes. Now, this is like the newest version of Suikoden, and I never played any of those games, but I know there's like hundreds of characters. You recruit your team. It's almost like try to catch them all, like Pokemon, right? And this was cool. I was building my own base. I was getting all of my party members, and it has a really cool 2D HD art style, and it was a nice experience. The intro was extremely slow though, and I think that's what turned me off is, I was having a good time, but it was taking so long to get going that a new game came out that grabbed my attention a little more. But I'm definitely going back into this game very soon. The next game on my list, and oh god, you see Aegis and Koromaru are falling off the wall over there. I'll go fix that. But this Unicorn Overlord, the best thing about it is the character designs. This is another one of those games you're going across the nations and recruiting members to battle. It almost reminds me of Fire Emblem a little bit, how you'll kind of go from a knight and level up and you'll then be a Pegasus knight. And as you're recruiting characters, they're all just really badass looking. The guys look super sick, the waifus are top tier, and in general, this game just looks so colorful and artistic. It really, really speaks to me. I have heard the combat is a bit odd, like you're not doing too much in the actual battle, it kind of just auto battles, but it's the setup, right? You have to set up your team perfectly, and I've heard there's a lot of strategy involved right there, so I'm definitely still excited to try out the gameplay here. The next backlog game is Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, it's not necessarily in the traditional style of most JRPGs, but it's definitely one of the games I want to get back to ASAP. I loved the physics of everything, like you could shoot a troll and he'll fall into these trees and boulders, and the physics of everything, it'll just create different environmental experiences every time you're in a battle. And there's a lot of different character building, like the way you build your class and things like that. It was really cool when I was playing it, and I definitely want to get back to it. Next backlog game, as you can see, I have a lot of JRPGs I gotta get back to. Also, Aegis, she went for a walk. She kept falling off the wall. I need to get some new sticky things or glue or whatever the hell to get it back up on my wall. And but the next game is Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster, which there's almost like a theme going on with a lot of these backlog games of mine, right? This is another one where you're recruiting people. There's a lot of different characters you could recruit onto your team. And this is old school Monolith Soft. I love Xenoblade and I love Monolith Soft. I really respect the way those devs handle their releases and how amazing they could make their games. So this is one I'm really curious and I'm surprised I still haven't played yet. Baten Kaitos kind of has card-based gameplay. I guess you use a lot of your abilities using cards that you collect, which I really couldn't explain until I play it. So I'm definitely interested to delve into this combat system because I like unique combat systems, right? Something that tries to do something out of the ordinary. And the only thing that kind of sucks about this remaster is they took away the English voice acting. And I know it was probably very booty back in the day, but I still would have done the English VA if they kept it. So not the end of the world, but I feel like for an HD remaster, you should have all of the options available plus some new stuff. Now this one I actually really love, and it's because it's fallen out of the case. It's a Sea of Stars limited edition that I got. So it has this beautiful case, and you take it off and you got another type of limited edition case. Sea of Stars is also a JRPG going back to the old age, right? Kind of wanted to be like Chrono Trigger or one of those games, and it's actually an indie experience, so. Now, the indie devs who made this game actually made The Messenger, which I haven't played, but I also heard really great things about it. It made a big impact to people, and people are also loving Sea of Stars. Now, the environments here are gorgeous. The pixel art, it just looks like it's going to really immerse you and just put you into another world, and that's probably what I'm most excited about. The combat is classic turn-based, and it does definitely look fun. I specifically want to try out this boomerang move I always see where you're just bouncing it across enemies and you have to click the A or X button at the right times when it connects with an enemy. That just sounds like a lot of fun, so I'm definitely interested in Sea of Stars.
Now, the next backlog game, I've went back to this game like 3 times. I don't know why I don't just finish it all the way through. I think it's because it's a very different experience, and also it's based off of an anime, so Sandland, which has Akira Toriyama's designs. People really respect him. Rest in peace. His designs are always super cool, and I feel like if you played or excuse me, you watch the anime, you're gonna really enjoy playing this game. What I love about it personally is the different, unique combat system. You're building mechs, you're building vehicles. You could be driving around a tank. You could hop out of the tank and do normal action combat, or you could just have a full out tank or mech war. And that was really fun when I was playing this game, and I need to get back to it and go all the way through. You know how there's just some games you'll play and you stop playing for whatever reason, maybe a new game comes out that gets your attention more, or something. I don't know. This is definitely one of those games for me. Now, for the final game on my backlog I want to get to very soon, it's actually a duo, right? First is Collection of Mana. I've recently gone into the Mana series with the Trials of Mana remake and Visions of Mana. Both games, I basically have the Platinum Trophy. I've loved both of them so very much, so I definitely had to go get the classics. This one has Final Fantasy Adventure, which is the very first one. It has Secret of Mana, which is the fan favorite, and then it has the original Trials of Mana. So that is going to be really cool. And like I said, this is a 2-for-1 deal. I also have Legend of Mana right here, which I don't know too much about, but I know some personal friends that specifically love this game. This is a remaster of the PS1 title, and I almost got the PS1 version, but I'm like, they have it on Switch. The gameplay looks like it'll be really cool to play handheld, so I decided to go with this version, and yeah, I can't wait to delve deeper into the Mana series. Let me know if you've played any of these Mana games. Have you played Legend of Mana? What do you think about it compared to the others? And yeah, I'm going to stop there. I genuinely have probably 30 more games I could show you in this video, but these are the ones I want to get to fairly soon. There's a bunch of other ones that I'll get to eventually, but they're not at the top of my list. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the games in my collection and my giant JRPG backlog. Let me know, out of all these games, which ones did you enjoy the most? Did you play some of these? What are your opinions on them? And let me know if you enjoy videos of this style, and I'll definitely make sure to make more of them. I could even make a part 2, because again, I got a bunch more games in my backlog. For real, my shelf is starting to look like GameStop, and I need to finish more games before I buy more, but it's always nice to keep adding to the collection, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're enjoying your JRPGs, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Have a fantastic day for me.